And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Gen X Cinema. I am your host, Ambassador X, and it has been such a very, very long time since I have been live. I know it was live back on Halloween, but it feels like it has been such a long time since I have been live with you all, and I am very, very glad to be back with you all this evening. And tonight we're kicking off year 6 or 7 of what was formerly the Ambassador Wing is now Gen X Cinema. And tonight we're returning to the cinema of the 1990s. And this evening we are going to be discussing one of James Cameron's lesser known gems, True Lies. As always, if this is your first visit to the cinema, grab you some popcorn, grab you some snacks, and jump on in the chat and join the stream. And of course, hit that like, hit that share, and hit that subscribe. And got a couple of new friends here, a couple of acquaintances of some other friends of mine or anything who you may know and love, and follow their channels as well. Two wonderful ladies I've met just recently, and tonight they're going to be joining me for the discussion. So give a very warm Gen X welcome to the Sci-Fi Mombi, aka April.
Hello.
And to her good friend, Miss Connie Clearly.
Hello.
Ladies, welcome to Gen X Cinema. Glad to have you both with me this evening.
And thank you for having us.
Yes.
Well, you come highly recommended. You matriculated good circles, so I thought let's put out the feelers and see who might want to join me for this review tonight. And well, here we all are. I'm here. You're here. Let's party! Woo!
Woo! Gen Xers all the way.
Damn right.
Amen. So, but yeah, this is one of James Cameron's kind of hidden gems, because we all know what James Cameron is known for. He's known for the Terminator franchise. He's known for his outstandingly stellar, awesome follow-up to Ridley Scott's Alien with Aliens. For the Avatar franchise, love it or hate it, either way. This is a guy who's, well, and of course, the man owns the title of most profitable movies of all time, with, of course, as I just mentioned, Avatar, of course, with Titanic. So, but this is one that a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but many people kind of, they're like, oh yeah, that's a James Cameron film. I completely forgot about this. He did a spy movie once with Schwarzenegger. So, ladies, let's get into it. True Lies.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis. And speaking of Cameron, he's got several movies that just kind of fly under the radar, like The Abyss. The Abyss is fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
I love that movie.
Ed Harris got it right over there.
Yes. I love it. And there's an Easter egg coming out in the new Avatar movie on The Abyss. So watch for it. It's the ship. Watch for it.
That's why I heard.
Oh wow. Okay.
But True Lies was like, it kind of pulled him out of the sci-fi realm to the spy realm, which was totally different. But I just love the relationship between Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold. They mashed well, and it's just funny.
Well, this is almost like a proto version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, for those of you that might remember that one with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. But and they both say again, April.
Brad grew up here in Springfield.
Oh, okay.
He's a hometown boy. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
The only famous actor that I'm aware of that lived in Indiana or once lived in Indiana was, of course, Adam Driver, which I like Adam Driver. He's done some good stuff. He's been in some stuff that wasn't so good, but he did his best with what he was given.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the sequel trilogy, but we don't really talk about that.
Oh boy. Well, you've heard the new news, right?
No.
Okay, so Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy bought a script called The Search for Ben Solo from a guy for $3 million. And Adam found out about it. Adam wants to make the movie.
Oh, Adam, why? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself, Adam? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Adam, you can do better. I mean, yeah, I know you're in Megalopolis, that giant turkey by Francis Ford Coppola, but you can do better.
But what's really funny right now is fans have found out about it because Disney won't greenlight it. And so fans are going around LA and New York and other towns, and they're putting up wanted posters that says, "We're looking for Ben Solo." Everything. And it's really a passion of Disney. So
no more
I know.
Star Wars movies.
You're right.
Because
No
if
more
you
Star
read the
Wars
books, which are not canon anymore, thank you, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. Or Jar Jar, who you
Jar
asked?
Jar, yeah. Ben was actually Luke's kid. He wasn't a Solo. He is a Skywalker.
Yep.
Oh dear Lord, no.
Yeah.
Just no. Let's get back to True Lies, because this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's get back to True Lies, because this True Lies makes. Yeah, Star Wars Exit Strange Left. Even though I have a crap ton of collection. Just no Star Wars. Let's talk True Lies, because True Lies makes me happy. Star Wars just kind of makes me. Okay, let me rephrase. Old Star Wars makes me happy. New Star Wars makes me kind of depressed. It makes bash my head in with a kind of like all the SUVs there.
For me, because I grew up Universal horror.
Mm-hmm.
It's like old Star Wars good, as Frankenstein would say. No, new Star Wars bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And yes, indeed. But anyway, people came here tonight to hear us talk about True Lies, not about Star Wars, even though I don't mind the occasion. I don't mind the occasional rabbit hole. It's fine. I'm not a stick in the mud, but just no. Just no Star Wars.
I'd like to see Adam Driver work with James Cameron. I would like to see that.
I think that would be a good collaboration. Yeah. I would be okay with that collaboration. I wouldn't even mind seeing Adam Driver work with James Gunn.
Mm-hmm. That would be good.
Yeah. But with here's the thing with True Lies. I never saw this in theaters. I saw this on VHS and then DVD, and I looked at Mother Ambassador, me and Mother Ambassador were watching this. Because this actually came out when I was in high school or anything. This came out in 94. I had just started high school when True Lies came out. And it kind of flew under the radar. I'm like, and then I heard about it years later. I was like, James Cameron did a spy movie with Schwarzenegger? How the hell did I not go see this? So years later, I finally got to watch it, and I'm like, this kicks ass. Who knew Schwarzenegger could make a good spy? Although you have to admit, they had a really good supporting cast, and this movie has one of my all-time favorite supporting actors in it, and that is, yes, I love Bill Paxton. I am not shunning by any means Bill Paxton. May he rest in peace.
I miss him a lot.
But Tom Arnold. I loved Tom Arnold in this. Yes, I know he used to be married to Roseanne, yada yada yada. I don't care. That's his private personal life. That's their business, not mine. I loved his character in this. He almost is like a early version of Vince Vaughn's character, who's the best friend to Brad Pitt's character in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I mean, literally, if you think about it, they're both quirky. They both weird sense of humor. Yes, they're kind of overweight, but they know how to handle themselves. But what I really enjoyed with True Lies, and this is true also of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, is how yes, their marriage is kind of rocky with Henry or hang on one second with the Taskers. It's also kind of rocky with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but in this case, they're both spies. In this case, Helen doesn't become a spy until like the third act movie. And I just, Bill, you got, like I said, you got Tom Arnold, you got Bill Paxton. There, that right there is a absolute powerhouse of comedic, comic relief and everything. And I absolutely loved it. So, lady, the floor is yours. Your thoughts. Go ahead. Connie, April. Sorry.
Sorry, you're kind of glitching there. I apologize.
Yeah,
oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
I thought it was me there for a minute. I noticed the glitching.
My bad. Okay, am I clear? Am I okay now?
Everything's good now.
Okay. I was talking about the with Bill Paxton and Tom Arnold's characters. They were like the quirky comic supporting cast for this movie. Your thoughts on their characters, Albert and Simon, or Gibbs and Simon?
I think they picked the perfect people to play them. Not too many people could actually do that kind of style and comedy in a show like this.
Well, and here's the thing too. True Lies, yes, it's a spy movie, it's an espionage film, but it's not. It borrows elements from like James Bond and so on, and like Mission Impossible and franchises like that.
Yeah.
Get smart.
Get smart. Yeah.
The comedy.
Yeah.
James can actually be a funny guy. Yeah. When he wants to be.
Well, and here's the thing too. James Cameron, he has some decent comedic chops, and he knows how to write his characters and to give them to work with their own comedic timing, because Schwarzenegger isn't intentionally funny. He's not a comedic actor per se. He's more action based, obviously. That's where he made his bread and butter. That's how he became famous. But with the right supporting casting, Jamie Lee Curtis, the most notable comedic role that she had that I can recall is, of course, Trading Spaces with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. But Helen gets in over her head in this, and how she works her way around it is, they're like, "You're a natural, Helen. Would you consider working with your husband?" And of course, by the end of the movie, she's a spy. She's working for Omega. She's working for Omega Sector. I love the name of the organization, Omega Sector. I forget the exact moniker or motto for the organization, but the fact that they got Charlton Heston to play the head, and he was almost like a stand-in for the original Nick Fury before they changed it to Samuel L. Jackson. Which, don't get me wrong, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, the new Nick Fury, perfect. So, trying to remember what was the name. It was Tremblay, but I can't, or Trebley or something like that. Come on, where are you, Charles?
When I think about Jamie Lee Curtis's comedy, I also think about A Fish Called Wanda.
Oh, yeah, that's another good.
And her chemistry with Kevin Kline is just perfect. John Cleese, definitely.
I completely forgot about that movie. I did. I completely
like Freaky Friday. I love her in Freaky Friday. Just
oh yeah, now,
funny. I haven't seen the new one yet, but she her dad always was the dramatic actor, and I think she tried to be totally different than her parents. And her mother was Janet Leigh, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So her mom was
because
Scream Queen.
Yeah.
From Hitchcock, and her dad was Spartacus. So in Spartacus. So
well, he was in Spartacus, but Kirk Douglas was Spartacus. But yes,
right.
So, yeah, because if you think about Jamie Lee Curtis's pedigree, where she comes from in Hollywood, this is a fairly well-known acting couple, Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh. Obviously, she took her middle and last name from variations of how their names were spelled, obviously. But if you look at Janet Leigh's, well, here's the interesting thing. I don't know if you all remember this or not. There's a couple of movies that actually Janet Leigh appeared in with her daughter. The more notable of the two was, of course, John Carpenter's The Fog, where Janet Leigh played the mayor of the town and Jamie Lee played a hitchhiker that gets kind of caught up in the events of the film. And then, of course, when Jamie Lee Curtis returned to the Halloween franchise, Halloween H2O, her mother actually has a cameo, I think, towards the beginning of the movie. And she actually drives off. I think it's in the same model of car that she drove in the original Psycho. And of course, you could actually see what color it was and everything. Whereas, well, obviously, the original Psycho was black and white. And of course, like you said, Tony Curtis. Actually, I'll be honest. Aside from Spartacus, I really don't know a whole lot of what Tony Curtis was ever in terms of what movies what he's done. But the thing that I enjoyed about Jamie Lee Curtis in this film is she plays kind of the normal 90's mom. She has a job. She's a good wife. She's a good mother, and so on. And of course, this was Elijah Dushku's screen debut and everything. This was her very first role before she would go on to do, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and she would be in a lot of horror movie genres as well. There was one in particular I remember her being. It was called Wrong Turn, where she goes up against I think it was a family or something like this of a mutant family or something along those lines, and she ends up surviving. Of course, she was also in I think it was like the first was that cheerleading movie series? I can't Bring It On. Actually, I've seen so. But this was, and of course, I'm a huge fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I have both the Buffy and Angel box sets back here behind me. So, but let me ask you, April, Connie, with True Lies, was it something you got to see in the theaters? Was it something that you caught later on down the road on TV or on home video or whatever?
I actually saw it in theaters.
Okay.
I saw it on HBO.
That works. Hey,
where we could catch it. I lost how many times I saw this. I still chuckle. It has to do with even though it's this quote unquote spy movie, it was a comedy.
Well, especially like I mentioned, when you've got a comedic actor of Tom Arnold's caliber, he knows how to play this straight laced enough, but also how to blend in some humor and everything to break up the tension. Which a movie like this, it does lend itself to a more humorous plot line, because I love the part where they get captured by the terrorists after Jamie Lee Curtis. We'll get to that scene. We'll get to the scene where she does her she doesn't go full striptease, but she's
right.
Yeah.
she's down to her almost her bare ass. And the terrorists have just given Harry a truth serum. She's like, so basically, you have to anything I ask you, you have to tell me the truth. He's like, yeah. She's like, have you killed people? He's like, yeah, but they were all bad.
I love that line.
It's like this straight laced person trying not to do comedy end up being comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's it's unintentional humor. It's more naturalistic humor or anything. It's not stand-up comedy per se. It's just quick wit.
Mm-hmm.
And Arnold can be funny as well, like Kindergarten Cop and Twins, and
I love Kindergarten Cop and Twins. Yes.
What's the other one?
Junior.
I mean, yeah, Junior. I mean, he can look at you straight faced and just rattle off the line, and he's got you rolling.
Well, and there's even some moments in the Terminator films, particularly Terminator 2, where he's kind of picking up on more human behavior, more more of the bratty humor. And John's telling him in the car as they're heading towards Mexico to one of Sarah's allies from back in the days. He's like, chill out, dickwad. Just, and you know, I have been a lifelong fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, his personal life issues aside. Wherever he did, that's between him and his wife. Not my business. I'm more interested in what he can do in front of the camera. And there is really not a film of his that I have not watched at least 100 times. The only one I haven't watched a lot of is Junior or the later Terminator films that he appeared in. Last Terminator movie that I actually saw and I really enjoyed was Terminator Salvation. Now, granted, he didn't speak, but he was on screen, but it was just a CGI version of him because, you know, they were doing the new model of the Terminator. But for me, Schwarzenegger's best years from like the late 70s into like the I would say the end of the 90s. And he's done some iffy movie. He's done some iffy when I say iffy, I mean he's done some movies that weren't, you know, the best. But of this movie is a nice blend of comedy and action. And what I really appreciate about Schwarzenegger in this is he leans into the international man of mystery type of thing, but he's a family man ultimately. And you know, it's kind of like when he goes at the beginning of the movie when he's infiltrating into that mansion there in Russia, and he meets this art dealer named Juno Skinner, played by Tia Carrera. Hubba hubba. Yes, I'm a happily married man. I'm a happily married man, but I used to be a teenager once, and back then, Tia Carrera.
So you loved Wayne's World then?
Swing.
I love Wayne's World.
I do too.
And they call her Cassandra. She's a babe. Extreme close up. No, better. We'll just hang out here with yous, with Alice Cooper. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
We suck.
We suck. Yes, I have seen Wayne's World more times than I can count. Yes, I own it on DVD. I love that movie, and I just scared the ever-living crap out of. Well, okay, I don't think I scared her, but my cat's looking at me like, "Dad, what the hell is wrong with you?"
That's okay. Cat's just sitting over here guarding the mom base, so the bridge cat's in the room.
But Yes, Tia Carrera as the femme fatale in a manner of speaking in this movie. The True Lies girl or the Tasker girl, the Tasker tail.
Mm-hmm.
The Tasker cease.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she can throw a pretty good punch.
And I'm sorry, and I'm comfortable in my sexuality, but Jamie Lee Curtis is hot. I mean, she could have been the True Lies
in
girl.
this movie. In this movie, yes, she was. In this movie, absolutely. You know, they're like, okay, Harry's like, how long have you been seeing this man? And they make up this big story about Simon. It turns out Simon is nothing more than a used car salesman who, I gotta tell you, that whole subplot in this movie, it shouldn't, it should not fit, but it works. And that's because Paxton sells the sleazy, slimy, dishonest used car salesman. And when he finally gets confronted by Harry and Gibbs, and he's like, when I get really scared or nervous, I wet myself, and they're standing there and they're like, oh, just go away. You're not even worth the bullet. You're not even worth the damn bullet. Just leave. But he has got Helen wrapped around his little finger. And he is just working her, but then she finally comes to. But as you were saying, April, the scene where they set up this rendezvous with somebody, and it turns out it's actually Harry, and she shows up, and I'll say this as a guy, that dress she was wearing, until she alters it, where the hell did you get that dress? I know practically nothing about women's fashion, but even as a guy, I can say, honey, where the hell did you get that dress? I mean, the sleeves and the trim along the bottom and the sheer crinoline around the neck and everything. What in the hell were you thinking when you put that dress on? Of course, then she goes and alters it, and thank God she wears matching underwear underneath.
I know. It's even better.
She picks out that ugly ass dress, but she remembers. She's like, okay, maybe I should at least wear matching underwear so at least that part looks sexy. But I made it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But that was honestly, aside from when she was running around topless in True Lies, this movie really reinvigorated her. Well, okay, that kind of initialized her status as a sex symbol, but this movie really invigorated the idea. Hey, Jamie Lee Curtis is still hot.
If I remember right, she has like $1 million policies on her legs. Both, I think, not one. I think both of them, because of what for. I don't know what the total raising is.
Well, I think it's. Go ahead.
I'm not exactly sure why, but I think it's because.
Well, I know where you're going, Connie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with J-Lo. She has her ass insured. It's because it's her most notable feature. But quite frankly, I'll be honest, I've seen better asses. And that's in the mirror. And April's sitting over here thinking, what the hell did I get myself into? Why did I come on this stream tonight?
No, why do I? No, I was looking up to see if she still had her legs.
I remember her
insured.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but
Yeah.
it's possible. I mean, at her age, I mean, I know she's not like she doesn't have one foot in the grave, but she is getting up there. I think she's well, let's
Yeah.
see, she started actually well, if I remember correctly, she started acting
2
when she was
million.
like
2 million now?
And that's because she was the former spokesman for Legs Pantyhose
Okay.
until 1996. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was a
wow.
reason behind it
Yep,
all.
still insured, 2 million. So, and she's
Okay.
not the only one supposedly that has body parts
Yeah.
insured. Oh God, Holly Madison.
Exactly.
Who?
Holly Madison is a former Playboy playmate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
J-Lo, blah blah blah
Yep.
blah blah. So
Yeah, sorry, J-Lo, you're overrated.
Oh,
You're not a
definitely.
you're not a particularly
Julia
good actress.
Roberts, her smile is insured for 30 grand. 30 million, sorry. Kylie Minogue's
Exactly, Ambassador.
Rumpus.
Oh hell.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Carrie's
yeah.
but
legs and voice.
You can
What?
blame me for this rabbit hole.
So just interesting
okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Connie, you're fine. We go down rabbit holes. We've gone down some rabbit holes on this channel. You'd be amazed.
We just like that silly pop culture stuff. It's fun.
Right.
Yeah,
We're that
exactly.
we're that generation of the pop culture stuff, you know?
Exactly. I don't mind jumping in those rabbit holes. Don't no matter
It's
how deep
even
it is, I'll
I
join you.
wonder if Arnold ever had anything of his insured.
I
wouldn't
didn't
be
see it in
surprised.
that list, but you
Yeah.
know, he was
Well, he
that
was
muscle-bound
Mr.
guy, I'm
Olympus.
sure.
I
I mean, he
remember.
was Mr. Universe once upon a time.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
remember Schwarzenegger when he was Arnold Strong at the time, and he played Hercules.
Mhm. And Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah,
that too.
I've never seen that. Oh, don't get me started on Conan. I mean, those two movies. I love those two movies. I wish they
Mhm.
would do an old King Conan movie at some point, but they probably never will at this point because he's
If I
probably
remember, he was
he's just
rebooting Highlander.
yeah. If I remember,
now.
Schwarzenegger was
Here's the thing.
in
Go
Red
ahead,
Sonja
Connie.
too, wasn't he?
Yes, but he played a different character because they couldn't
Different
get the
character though.
rights to Conan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played a character called Calidor or something like that.
Something like that. A second
Yeah.
here.
But the interesting thing with that was I actually found this out and everything. I was doing some digging on Red Sonja. She actually shares the same universe as Conan, and they were
Yeah.
sometimes rivals, also sometimes allies. But the problem was they couldn't get the rights from the Howard Estate or the De Laurentiis company and everything to include Conan, but they still wanted Arnold in there. But so they're like, okay, you're going to be in this, but you're not going to be playing Conan, but you're going to be playing a character similar to Conan.
Mhm.
But here's the interesting thing too. Conan, when he'd be out journeying around or whatever, or doing his wandering, he would actually go by aliases. So you could almost say
Right.
that, yeah,
Could
that
be.
was essentially Conan, just with an alias.
Mhm.
So,
Exactly.
but the fact that, and let's be honest here, this was kind of a big leap for Schwarzenegger and everything. He was kind of taking a bit of a risk and everything. Doing something a little bit outside of his wheelhouse, but him and Cameron had worked together on the Terminator films and so on, and they had a good repertoire. So he's like, well, if Cameron's doing it, it's bound to be okay. It's got to be better than Red Sonja because Red Sonja flopped, and this one
Mhm.
this obviously did not flop. I'm not sure exactly how well it did, but I can find out. So, to quote one of my favorite skits from Saturday Night Live, ladies, talk among yourselves while I do some digging.
Yeah, the budget for Red Sonja was 50 million
Damn.
US, and it said it got like 17.9 million for.
Is that all it grossed?
I think for what I'm reading, yeah.
Holy crap, that's
It
terrible.
was released the day before 4th of July.
Wow.
Let me see here. Let me do the better budget. Okay, budget was 17.9. Box office 6.9.
Wow.
That's just
now, isn't it considered a cult classic, even though it flopped big at the box office?
Right.
Kind of like Million Ways to Die in the
Oh
Way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Seth. I know C. Orville.
Okay. Okay. True Lies had a budget of 115 million and earned 378, so almost 380 million worldwide. So it was released on July 15th of 94. So let's just say it did well.
Mm-hmm.
It did well. I mean, when you've got a loaded cast with Schwarzer and Jamie Lee Curtis, and you've got a supporting cast with Bill Paxton and oh, for Pete's sakes, Tom Arnold
and Tia Carrera, and yeah,
basically an all-star cast.
Charlton Heston before he really kind of went downhill.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he did. I think this was beforehand. He actually had a brief cameo appearance in Tombstone, but I think Tombstone, if I remember correctly, Tombstone came out after this, where he played a rancher. So, but yeah, the last movie I remember seeing Heston in, and I will never see this movie again, is because it is just horrendous, was the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Burton, no! What were you thinking?
Now that's the Mark Wahlberg one, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
that's the one with Mark Wahlberg and Helena Bonham Carter and Tim Roth, and I think it was Michael
another
Clark
all-star
Duncan.
cast.
Wonder why Helena Bonham Carter was in it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. But
well, that was before she became such a fixture in Burton's movies and everything. This was like
they were together as a couple. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
They were
they
were in a common marriage for a long time.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, cool.
That's why she was in a lot of his movies.
Yep.
Yeah, that would make sense. But the one of the things about True Lies I honestly really enjoyed was the family dynamic. I mean, yeah, here is Harry. He's got this front job and everything where he's like a beer salesman or whatever, and his job is just boring as dirt to Helen. But the home life is okay, but you can tell that there's some cracks in the family. But what I find interesting about this is, yeah, Dana's life gets put in danger and all their lives get put in danger. But by the end of this, you get by the end of this event and everything where they're fighting this group of terrorists, the Crimson Jihad, I think they're called. And they've stolen a couple of nuclear weapons, and they set one off in one of the smaller Florida Keys and everything where nobody's at. But by the end of it, you can tell the family has really, come together, and they have a healthier family relationship. And I think that's one of the cool elements of this film and everything. Granted, it's not towards it's towards the second act and into the third act of the movie, but I love the part where Dana is hanging on to the Harrier jet that Harry is flying, and he's like, "Trust me, baby, I got this." And then, of course, you've got the lead terrorist hanging on to he's gotten caught on a missile, and you're fired. I absolutely I love that line. I love that dynamic in the movie. So Any thoughts on that, ladies?
To me, it was now James wrote this, didn't he? He normally writes and directs his own stuff and produces it.
I want to say probably yes. Let me.
To me, this kind of reminded him of me of his family dynamic because he and Linda Hamilton did have a daughter together, and you know she was always the badass in a lot of his movies.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Directed by Cameron. Let me see here. Hang on one second. Yeah, James Cameron, Claude Ziti, and Simon Michael were the writers. Cameron did have a writer's credit on this, so that obviously that does, you know, and you know it's interesting. Both James Cameron and John Carpenter, they both had a proclivity for being attracted to strong, self-possessed women, and the only thing that stinks is none of their marriages lasted. But they're such actors. So, and yes, I see you're muted. It's okay, April. I understand.
Oh, yeah, I know it's based.
Well, let me ask. Go ahead, Connie.
True Life was based off of but Total. It's like the total in French.
Say that one more time. Sorry.
It was the English version for the title that True Life was based off of is called The Total. And wherever it'd be like
based on a book
for the it was based True Life was based off of. And there's some kind of comfort. There's something like legality that it was between. Well, everything, the whole thing was brought together and everything else between that show and True Lies. I don't know the logistics, but
sorry about that.
Went through courts and everything else for I think like plagiarism on how it was brought about and everything else. I don't know the whole situation, but for what I understood, it was like because of the plagiarism between True Lies. True Lies was with the total or Le Total in French.
Okay.
I know there's some kind of
there was. Well, I know that there was a dispute between. This was on the Terminator more so than this. I know there was some sort of dispute between a woman and Cameron that claimed that he stole her idea for the Terminator films, supposedly. But if I recall correctly, nothing came of it because, well, Cameron literally said, I was having a fever dream where a machine was chasing me, so I decided to work that into a screenplay about how an AI took over the world. And now here we are, we're tinkering with AI ourselves. Like, has everybody ignored the last 30 or 40 years of pop culture and film?
Right.
I mean,
yes.
Can you say
there's a level of amnesia that you know I don't get it. So especially in certain aspects of our society.
Right. Are we living in the Matrix?
Oh, that's a good one.
No.
I'm just saying,
know there have
feels like it.
Yeah.
I like to joke around. I do say Skynet is aware, so you know.
Exactly.
Well, except Skynet is actually Alexa, or if you prefer, Siri.
Yeah. Or Chat GPT or Grok or
all the happy stuff.
Almost lost my.
Yeah. I do think it's funny. Speaking of that they had to reprogram Chat GPT so that people would not get so attached to it. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Minor technical difficulty. Please.
No worries.
We understand.
If this is a simulation, you could do a little better.
We would hope.
Yeah, we only hope.
If you're that far more advanced than us, you could do better.
We're just batteries, remember?
Yeah.
No. I am not a battery.
I know. Oh boy.
But here's the interesting thing with True Lies. You've got this whole plot of where Harry is a spy. And he works for this you would think paramilitary or para-intelligence organization. But it almost takes a back seat to the relationship with his family. And I can't help but I find it comical because this was promoted as ultimately a spy movie, but it's almost like a family drama with a spy movie subplot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with a sprinkle of comedy mix.
Yeah, well, again, the humor in this is unconventional. I think that's why it's so appealing to people. Because generally speaking, if you're a fan of the Bond franchise and everything, whether it's just Connery or Moore or Dalton or Brosnan or Craig or whatever the case, or the whole thing, all of those movies, except for maybe in a few rare exceptions, they do have a humorous undertone. I don't want to say comedic, but a humorous undertone, because we are dealing with some somewhat unrealistic situations here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the most realistic of all the Bond movies, at least, and this is my opinion, would be Goldfinger.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the most realistic. I would have to say the next most realistic would probably be GoldenEye. The others, they do stretch credibility or believability, but those two really do feel like, okay, this could happen in the real world. And that's also true with True Lies. This is something we're dealing with even now, but they were talking about it back in 94. And I think that's what makes this movie so, it has such longevity to it, because 1994 to 04 would be 10 years. 14 would be dang, this movie is over
30 years. Yeah.
31 years old. 31 years old. And I know it's not at the top of the pop culture cinema pyramid, but it's still got a good following, and that's what I appreciate. That's what I appreciate about it. Of course, and also like we've talked about, it's Cameron, it's Schwarzenegger, and when you have those two guys together, to the best of my knowledge, they've never done a bad movie.
Seemed like this movie's aged well, like a fine wine.
It has. It really has, because you've got so many aspects of it that people can resonate with. If you're wanting just a good action movie, you get that. If you're wanting an action comedy, you've got that. If you're wanting a spy movie, you've got that. If you're wanting something that's got kind of a family drama angle to it, it has that too.
It definitely had all the Chucks in it.
Yeah, because it checks all the boxes that people like us or anybody really, they're like, yeah, this is a movie I can sit back and enjoy, and it's not dated per se. I mean, okay, there may be some aspects of it that might be a bit dated, but overall, it isn't by any means
Right.
a dated movie. It's not boring, and it's going to keep you engaged, it's going to keep you entertained.
Mm-hmm.
So of course
I
now we
remember
talked about
seeing the I'm a huge Entertainment Tonight fan, and I remember them going down to the set and interviewing them and watching them with all the bomb explosions and the jet, and it was interesting, but we just didn't go to the movies that much in that time period because my parents worked all the time, and but yeah, saw it on HBO.
Well, like I said, I didn't see anything. I saw this years later on home video, and I'm like, how did we miss this? And Mother Ambassador was like, we just did. You were in school, I was working, we didn't have the time to go see it. I'm like, good point. So, but yeah, it's just to kind of boil it down to brass tacks. It's just a good, entertaining, competently put together film that has got everything. It's got everything for everybody, but it's not. It doesn't pander to you like a lot of modern cinema does, unfortunately.
And I don't know if I could see it. I don't know if I could see it being made into a prequel.
Yeah.
It feels like it wrapped itself up well, and it doesn't need any more telling.
A standalone movie, basically.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s was a period of time where there are exceptions to the rule. Sequels did exist and everything for certain franchises and so on. And in some instances, they did very well. Other times, they kind of petered out. I'll give you one example, and this is one. The original Planet of the Apes franchise.
Yes.
Everything started out really, really strong, but by the end, it kind of petered out. But at the same time, it still had value to it. It still had something that it had issues that it was wanting to talk about, particularly with war. No, it's Battle for the Planet. No, not that one. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, where Cornelius and Zera's son Caesar comes to power, and there's some. Obviously I wasn't alive at the time when this was all going on, but it does make commentary on the civil rights movement and everything, particularly the between the races and everything between whites and blacks, but it eventually did kind of peter out because it just wasn't given the budgeting that was initially and everything with like the first 2 or 3 installments. So, which was unfortunate. Now, of course, we've had a resurgence of the Planet of the Apes franchise, and it has gone on to has done very well. Everything, the one that started off with James Franco. Yeah, and you got James Franco in the first one. Then, of course, Andy Serkis came on board as Caesar, and as I understand it, I think he's either written or directed, or he's helped with the production in one manner or another with those Planet of the Apes films. So,
and I believe Chad Coleman is he Dr. Seuss in this newest one that was released? I believe he is.
I think
he's Dr. Seuss. Yeah.
He might be, but I didn't get a chance to see the last one. The last one that I got to see all the way through was the one with Woody Harrelson as the villain. That was the last one I got to see, and but I can't remember the title of it. I think it was War for the Planet of the Apes or War of the Planet of the Apes or something along those lines. So, but yeah, with True Lies, it's one of those films. It was a standalone. It worked well as a standalone, and you didn't really need a follow up, and you didn't need anything before it. Because what story are you honestly going to tell?
Right.
There's no need for anything beyond just this one movie. Anything. I mean, obviously, Cameron has had several extremely successful and some not so successful franchises that he's done, but by and large, he's known for Terminator, he's known for Avatar, he's known for Titanic. As you mentioned, he's known for The Abyss and for this. So, and I cannot believe I forgot about The Abyss. I am so ashamed.
No worries. It's a really good movie.
It is.
Oh, I
The
know.
extended cut is even better. If you haven't seen the director's extended cut, you are missing out. It's
I've
beautiful.
seen. I actually own it. I have the original DVD. Well, one of the first DVD transfers that they did, and that's where they included the extended cut. And yeah, I really appreciate the extended cuts because it really fleshes out the aliens more, and it fleshes out the world and everything that the movie is taking place in.
And it's showing what the aliens are doing to the Earth, also. Exactly. And people think that it's just the Earth, going through
a phase,
whatever you want to call it back then. And what was that, 89 climate change or whatever? But no, it was the aliens doing it. Yeah.
Environmental
they were causing
upheaval.
the hurricane to be bad. They were causing the floods. They were, they were trying to. Were they trying to take over the world, or were they just exploring? That was my whole.
Well, I think they were trying to wake us up and realize, like, hey guys, you're about to do something really, really stupid, and we'd rather you not do it. But here's something we'll do instead. If you try to do something stupid, because ultimately it is because of the aliens' intervention that the hostilities. I kind of link The Abyss, and I don't know if either one of you have. I'm assuming you probably have seen 2001, and then. Okay. And then 2010. Okay. Actually, I did. I think it was back like a year or two ago. I actually did the review on those two films. But yeah, with The Abyss in 2010, those films have a similar message and everything. And it's one that I think we can all appreciate. That there are intelligences beyond our own, and they're not always malevolent, but at the same time, they're not to put up with any nonsense either.
Right.
And that's in terms of, I know we're kind of getting off on topic here, but a little bit, but I think it's pertinent. If you disagree, it's okay. I take no offense. Not every science fiction movie is about aliens coming here to blow us to kingdom come, i.e. Independence Day.
Right.
I think with films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, whereas they're not trying to change the world, but they're just trying to make contact, and they're explorers. And then, like I said, with The Abyss, well, okay, it would be Close Encounters. Then it would be 2010. 2001/2010. Although 2001 is more of a very experimental experience type of movie because, well, Kubrick did it. But don't get that. I don't say that in a bad way because there are many of Kubrick's films I really enjoyed and everything. The only movie of his I did not care for honestly I did not care for was his last one. I just Eyes Wide Shut. I did not care for Eyes Wide Shut.
I don't care for Tom Cruise. That's my issue. So I don't.
I get that. With Tom Cruise, it's pick and choose and everything. There's some of his stuff I really like. There's other things I'm like, did we really need 10 Mission Impossible movies where the stunts
Right.
get more and more and more and more outlandish? No.
My mom's like, I was telling my mom I gave up on Mission Impossible after the second movie. She's like, no, you got to go to Ghost Protocol. I'm like, no.
The
It's
only
not the original television series. No.
Yeah. The only ones I like Cruise is it was Legend with pre-asshole. That's one with Tim Curry as the devil.
Darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, Prince of Darkness.
Miss Sarah.
Vampire.
I love that movie.
And yeah, good one. And when he was the Last Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Last Samurai.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Connie. It's okay.
Like I said, even though I don't like Tom Cruise at all, never did, never will, but I'm willing to watch those movies again and again. Yeah. That's it.
For me, Tom Cruise, it goes pretty much Top Gun Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is one that I just discovered more recently because I've seen clips of it, but I finally found a copy at the Goodwill. Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie.
It's funny. It's a good movie.
Hysterically funny. I mean,
although I could see less of Robert Downey Jr. in blackface.
Yeah.
But he is funny.
And here's the thing. I get what they were going for, and I haven't heard a lot of clapback. And here's the thing: would the clapback be justified? Yes, to a degree, yes. If he was doing it in a manner that was disrespectful, but the impression that I got was he was not doing it in a way to be disrespectful or to parody Black people by any stretch. That's not the intention I got, and I don't think that was the intention he was going for. Nor do I think that was the idea behind his character at all, or the character that he was playing. He's like, I'm a dude playing another dude who's playing another dude.
Right.
So, but Tom Cruise is less Grossman in Tropic Thunder. Take a big step backwards and literally fuck your own face.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but the first time I saw that, and the person that sent me the clip, they're like, "Do you know who that is?" I was like, "Not a damn clue." They're like, "That's Tom Cruise." I'm like, "That's Tom Cruise."
That was the first time he ever tried
prosthetics
and stuff. Yeah, because he was trying that avenue where he wanted to do like Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy. He thought this is going to be my step into that. Like, oh, your kitty cat's so cute.
Aww. Goose.
Oh, pretty kitty.
Oh, surveying the inventory there.
Goose. Come here. This is actually they're both our cats, but this is my nope. Okay.
Gotcha.
Goosey, come here.
Yeah, ouch.
It's okay. Goosey, come here, buddy. It's okay.
What's his name? What's their name?
His name is Goose. He's actually named after...
I thought you said Boots. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's funny because Boots is over here sleeping.
No, he's actually named after the cat from Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel because he's the exact same color as...
Okay. He does look like him, yeah.
He is. My wife named him and everything because the cat we got before him, she's my cat. And I named her after my maternal grandmother. The cat we had before these two and everything, he was the first cat we ever had together. My in-laws, actually, my father-in-law found him in a truck yard and brought him home with him. And it was pouring down rain. It was thundering and lightning, and we ended up naming him Stormy.
Aww.
And Well, sadly, he passed away last year.
No.
Oh, I'm
So, but
sorry. Yeah.
We get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first pet that I've ever had to, but this is the first cat that I've ever had to we had having put down. But
Mm-hmm.
I've been around animals all my life, and everything, cats, dogs, but primarily dogs and everything. But this was the first cat that was, well, mine slash my ours
Mm.
and everything. But yeah, Annie's somewhere around here, and Goose. Well, you gotta look at Goose, and he's like, I hear my name. He's watching himself. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, okay, where was I? I don't remember.
Tropical Thunder.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, Tropic
Oh,
Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Right, Tropic Thunder.
My thing about Tom Cruise is I have trouble separating the man from his craft because
the
I
art from the artist.
don't like him in real life. I think he's arrogant. I think he's smug. I don't like his religious views. And I think for me that now he was good in Show Me the Money. Dang it.
Yeah, Wall Street.
No.
Oh,
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, thank you.
Thank you.
He was good in that. And Days of Thunder is really my favorite Tom Cruise movie because I like NASCAR. And but I just didn't like the way he treated Nicole and the adopted kids. And
well, part of that, unfortunately, was the Scientology, and thankfully he's gotten away from all that nonsense. But
no,
I do
he's
get
still in it. Still in it. It's
still?
John Travolta that's gotten away from it.
Who was it?
John Travolta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
John stepped away when they wouldn't let his wife get cancer treatment.
Are you shitting me?
Yep. That's why he stepped away, which
I don't blame him.
You know, John, I know we're chasing a rabbit, but one of the Scientology guards actually was responsible for Jet's passing. Their middle son's passing. So that's why he's fully gone now.
I don't blame him.
But Tom is right up there with David Miscavige, and
he's way up there.
He'll never leave.
Thank you, Mimi Rogers. I'm sorry. Excuse me for being blunt, but if the founder of your organization is a failed science fiction writer, you've got issues.
Oh yeah.
I've watched Leah Remini's and Mike Render's documentary series, and
I have. I've watched bits and pieces of it. I've watched interviews regarding all that. And I will say, I think one of the best parodies or best clapbacks at that whole nonsense I have ever seen, honestly, is South Park.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They did not pull any punches, and I'm glad that they didn't, because
they haven't stopped punching this whole time. That's all they do is punch, you know.
They're still swinging.
That's right. They're really coming out swinging this season.
And you know what? Here's the thing. Yes, and I will say this, but I won't go into a whole lot of back on it. I am a very devout Christian. I don't shove my faith in other people's faces.
That's right. Yeah,
right.
So, but do I discuss it when it's pertinent? Yes, I do. But when it comes to this Scientology nonsense, that is not a religion.
No.
That is a scam created by a failed science fiction writer.
A different kind of cult.
He saw dollar signs. That's right.
Well, and not to mention that the whole backstory of the whole damn religion, with big air quotes, is a story about an intergalactic alien overlord by the name of Xenu.
That came out of a volcano.
Yeah. Right.
I will never forget my dad. My dad was handed Dianetics when I was about 12 or 13 by somebody that he was training through like a financial advisory thing. And my dad, it took him a good while because, you know, reading comprehension issues. But I remember the night he finished, he got out of bed, he stomped all the way to the garage and he chucked the book into the trash can in the garage. And he said, "This is a bunch of bullshit."
I knew a couple of people actually went to the fire pit and lit it on fire.
Oh my God. I've never seen my dad so upset.
Don't blame him.
He went, whap. So, and my dad loves Star Trek. My dad likes Star Wars, and he just,
Well, here's the thing. Gene Roddenberry was creating a future world that was very hopeful and was a good space to discuss all sorts of social and social political ideas and so on. And, you know, with Star Wars, you know, it was originally supposed to just be one movie, but he wrote so much, as we all know at this point.
But it's just, yeah.
But it was the hero's journey. It was supposed to delve into mythology and, you know, the hero's journey and deal with all sorts of things. It was supposed to be really experimental. You know, actually, this was back last year. I did a series of videos or anything with another buddy of mine. His name's Ace and everything. I'm actually going to get in contact with him now that I know I can stream again and I can record and everything's stable. Everything's in terms of Wi-Fi signal and everything. We actually did a discussion on American Graffiti and THX 1138. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. But they're actually part of what is known as the Leaving Home trilogy, which Star Wars is actually a part of. Because if you think about it, with THX 1138, with American Graffiti, with Star Wars, it's like leaving home, going out into the world, and finding out who you are.
Yep.
Except all three of them take that story or take that dynamic in different directions and in different forms and everything. You know, American Graffiti, it's the 1950s, anything cruising culture, which for for love of heaven, Lucas was a part of. Everything he grew up, everything that was the time of that's when he grew up. With THX 1138, it's a future dystopian world where everybody is programmed and drugged and monitored and surveilled till you literally have a camera shoved up your ass to see how often you take a crap. And then, of course, Star Wars, well, it's Luke finding out that there's this, he knows about the rebellion, but he gets out into the world, unfortunately, under less than favorable circumstances because Aunt and Uncle do get killed by the Empire. But then he discovers he has this thing called the Force, or he has a connection to this thing called the Force. So, but excuse me. But yeah, that I've done so many movies. And TV. Well, not so many TV shows. I've only done one TV show thus far on here, and that's Babylon 5. And everything.
Oh God, I love Babylon 5.
Okay.
We're actually brainstorming about doing BSG and then another Babylon 5 show. So
yeah.
Battlestar Galactica, the original or the reboot?
Oh no, we start with originals and then we move forward.
No, that's fine.
I'm really particular about reboots. I can't. It's the original or nothing.
I'm with you, April, on that.
Well, I will tell you, and everything as somebody, you know, I didn't really get a chance to watch the original. I've seen clips of it, and it's okay. But I will tell you, the reboot, it has a lot of merit. I mean it. Babylon 5, I actually, again, pictures later. I have a whole playlist of everything I did Babylon 5 related. Now, there's one video that I need to go back and redo. It's like one of the very first videos I ever did for my channel and everything. Before I started reviewing the series, I did breakdowns of all the characters, my thoughts on them, their story, their character arcs, and all that. I did a couple of videos on the major factions within the B5 universe, and then I got into the series itself. And I went in chronological order in terms of universe. So I did the first TV movie, which was in the beginning, which was the Earth Minbari War. And then I went into the series, worked my way through the series. We did the TV movies that they did as they would have fit within the timeline of the series itself. And then the last thing we did was Crusade.
And the last movie, Ranger Amp 77, the lady I was telling you about, that she's been with me since the very beginning of my podcast. She's the one that got me hooked on Babylon 5. I never watched it as a kid.
I remember when it first came out.
I never watched it until then, like 3 years ago. And I watched the whole series straight through. And I was like, oh my God, how did I miss this? Yeah. It's like Stargate.
Yes.
I totally missed Stargate SG-1, but I loved the movie. And I missed Atlantis and Universe. I want a new series from Joseph Mazzolo.
If they do if they do the continuation of Stargate,
yes, no reboots. God, stop it. Stop.
Well, there has. Okay. I don't know if you know this or not, April. They actually did a animated B5 movie.
I actually showed it. We watched it. My friend bought it for herself, and we actually watched it. Yeah, I show it on Cosme, and
I have
talk about it.
Yeah, I have it and everything.
It's so good. I'm just sad that
the road home.
There's so many of those actors that are gone. That's what's sad about that franchise.
Yeah, because let's see, the only ones that are still around are Bruce Boxleitner, Claudia Christian, oh, for heaven's sakes, Patricia Tallman, Peter Jurassic, I think is still alive. The actor, I can't remember. I think the actor Bill Mumy, who played Lanier. I think that's. Honestly,
I was gonna say like the security guy and the doctor and
the last.
And that one was tragic. It was tragic.
Farrah Merlin. I think I pronounce her. I pray I pronounce her name right. Yeah, when the actress who played Delenn passed, we did a special stream for that and everything, or we had moments of silence before we got into the discussion. But yeah, I will tell you, and I know we're going way off topic here, but I think we've kind of covered. Covered, and we're just kind of into extra time here. We will wrap up here shortly because I know we've all got places and things we got to do. But I discovered Babylon 5 in '98. Me and Mother Ambassador and everything got home one night after we both got off our shifts at work and everything, different jobs, but and we were just flipping through channels, and one of the local channels had this show on, and we're like, what is this? So we sat down and everything. It was like it came on at midnight every Saturday night, and they're like, it's called Babylon 5. I'm like, hey, Ma, I think we found something new to watch. She's like, I think you're right. And every summer it would have the end of season cliffhanger, and then it would go into rerun. But we still watch the rerun because the show was that damn good. And for years, I mean, after TNT picked it up, and then they kind of fumbled it and everything with season 5 and everything, but things happen. But I still love the show. I love what they did. the TV movies that they did in the beginning, Third Space. The set I have has all 5 seasons, all the TV movies, and the one and only season of Crusade.
Okay.
Now, I don't think
TV
I've seen Crusade. I'm going to have to look for that. I'm going to have to watch that.
Crusade was actually... Now,
Sorry.
there's different... No, you're fine. You're fine, April. There's 2 different ways you can actually watch Crusade. There is the way it's just in the box set, or in the, how it was, how they put it together. But there's actually a director's watch, or writer's watch list, and that's how JMS intended it to be released instead of how it was released. So
I know he was really teasing everybody when he released the new movie. Like, everybody was chomping at the bit wanting more, and it just kind of died down again.
Well, the thing I have realized, and there are several groups on Facebook and everywhere really on social media, there are several groups for Babylon 5. If you want my thoughts and the thoughts of my friends and everything at the time, we're still friends. I still have the group and everything on X and everything. We still talk from time to time, but we're waiting for we still want to do something else, but we're waiting for that something else to come back together to do again. But that took... I started the solo videos and everything of on the characters and the major organizations shortly after I started my channel. That was in 2019. And we finally finished the series because we went episode by episode. We did an episode a week or whatever, or every other week, or whatever the case may be, or we did the one movie and everything. And it took us at least 2-3 years, maybe 4 years.
Wow.
But it was something that we loved. It was something we enjoyed. And people came and went and everything. People had other things that was going on and everything. Other people came in, other people left. But we really enjoyed everything. It's kind of like with you. It's kind of like with y'all in the Orville. Now, I have... No, I know. I do not say that as a bad thing. I by no means...
No, we're not taking it that way.
Yeah.
We're just honoring.
I have the first 2 seasons on DVD, and Mad My Bastard, that's my wife and everything. We have our online pet names. She got... It's on digital because that's the only way you can get it, unless you decide to sail the high seas. She got season 3 on Amazon for me digitally. So
yeah,
I have all 3.
They still haven't released the DVDs, have they?
Not that I'm aware of. Again, unless somebody has done has done something
That's
not
to beat
quite
the drum again, huh, Connie?
Exactly. It's supposed to be on 4K,
right?
From what I'm hearing.
Oh, season 3?
If he ever freaking gets around to it, like we want season 3 bloopers. Where are they?
Exactly.
Come on, Tom.
Come on, Seth.
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 Stop being so busy with everything else. No, I'm just kidding.
Seth. Shut down Family Guy. It's run its course. Give us season... I said it. I must say it.
If Simpsons can go this long, so can Family Guy.
Yeah, but has it... Well, okay, but here's the thing, though.
American Dad's coming back to Fox. That's an achievement. I'm sorry. That's an achievement.
But again, I say, yes, it's gone on for a long time, but did it really need to?
Yeah, it does.
Like The Simpsons.
No. He's not even in charge of it anymore. They just run things by him, and he's like, sure, I'll just do the voice. Yeah. I mean, Alex Borstein, Alex Sulkin, Wesley Weil, right? Wesley Weil, they're the ones who are really in charge. Yeah. He's
okay, fine. Then if he's not working on it, then fine. If he's not working on it, then give us season 4 of the freaking Orville and give us season 3 of the Orville on home video. Hey, Seth, I'm talking to you, Dinkus. You're an extremely creative guy. Give the people, give your fan base what they want.
We
If
want
Jim Michaels
Ted.
is in,
I don't. Here's what I don't want. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't want Smokey and the Bandit reboot.
No,
I
hell
don't
no.
want that. Don't touch it.
No,
Don't touch
why?
the
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
I kind of like his idea for the Winds of War and the Winds of
Mhm.
that book series by Herman Hoke. That's fine, but leave Revenge of the
heard that.
Nerds alone.
Mhm.
Leave Smokey and the Bandit alone. Now, Naked Gun's okay.
Mhm. It's a
I didn't see it, but
continuation.
I heard it was good.
It is.
I have the popcorn
I
bucket
heard-
around me somewhere.
The second
Yeah, I
one
heard
is good.
because I heard
It's good.
It is.
Well, the thing that I found intriguing, and again, I didn't get a chance to see it, but they had Liam Neeson in it, and then of course they brought in Pamela Anderson. I'm like, okay, she's going all natural, fair enough. But what they did with her, she from the clips I've seen of her parts, she actually did good. She did.
She did. Yeah, she's very funny.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I know, growing up in the 90s, she was one of the it girls aside from Claudia Schiffer and all the others and so on. And so, yeah, she kind of leaned into the bombshell thing and, okay, fine. But from what I've seen of the bits and pieces I've seen of the Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson and her, she's got some good comedic chops. So
she does.
And the funny part is Liz Gillies wrote Sassafras Chicken in D, which is the scat song she does. Come to find out, she plays the saxophone. And she was telling Collider that in junior high, they would always ask her to do something scat with the marching band. And so when she started singing Liz's song, which she wrote with Joel McNeely, it's hilarious. It's perfect.
It is.
It worked out so great. And just for her to tell, I didn't know that much about Pam, honestly. And when she starts talking about her childhood and stuff, I'm like, wow, hey, you play, because we all from Baywatch, we think she's, but she's actually very smart. She's actually very smart.
I liked her when she was in Tool Time.
Yeah. And
you mean Home Improvement?
Comic book character she was?
Stripperella? No, Barbed Wire.
Barbed Wire. Actually, she and her sons are getting ready to. They've opened their own studio. They're getting ready to reboot that. And I said, "Don't do a reboot. Do a continuation."
Right.
I'm gonna beat the drum. That's what I do.
And I don't think it would work, but
she's gonna try.
Look, well, hey, you know what? Here's the thing. I never saw it. I saw clips of it. I saw pictures. I saw stills of her in her costume and whatnot. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's really hot, but I really, aside from Home Improvement, I really don't want to see you in anything. And I didn't really watch Baywatch. I mean, okay, I sporadically watched Baywatch, but I wasn't tied to it like everybody else was.
Or some people call it boob watch.
Boob watch, yeah.
Well, pretty much, yeah, because here he is.
Right?
Oh, hi, buddy.
Hey,
aren't you cute? Oh, he's like Boots. He doesn't like to be on camera.
No, actually, sometimes he does. It doesn't bother him, but I think earlier it's kind of spooked him.
Oh, he's like, Mom, I'm sleeping.
There he is. Hi, Captain.
It's okay.
Say hi.
Okay.
He's my
well, we are approaching an hour and a half. We have gone down a nice little rabbit hole. I think we've had I think we've had a very, I'm not gonna lie, I've forgotten how much I missed this.
Well, good. We're glad we can bring it back out for you.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate, here's the thing. I don't mind streaming by myself or doing videos by myself. I started out, it was just me. So, but Connie, April, I appreciate y'all being here tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. To everybody who catches this live, Ferris Geeks World, I know you were in the chat earlier, bud. Sorry I didn't see you when you came in. I'm still getting all the nooks and stream work together. There it is. Remembering how all this all works. But to everybody that was here live and those that'll catch us on the replay, we hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you enjoyed the discussion. Yes, I know we kind of went off on several rabbit trails, but still, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I know I enjoyed myself, and I hope you two ladies did as well. So we will be a combination of this group here will be back in about a week or so, and everything. We'll be discussing another hit from the 80s and a hit from just within the last 2 to 3 years, Predator and Prey. So we'll hope you all join us for that as well. But you all have a great night. Thanks again for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you then. 1 second.
I don't know how to run a newspaper with that. I just try everything I can. When you whistle open the front door fast, if you see a tall, dark streak of light going